the wind is like 20 miles an hour. So for this not to pick up any wind noise, or virtually any wind noise, is huge, man. Huge. We didn't work today. We had almost 3 inches of rain, like 2.7. There's one. Oh yeah. Come on, man. Nice little bass. See, I'm gonna put him, y'all see him? Little bass, that's what I'm gonna try to catch here, and I'm gonna transport his little butt over to my pond. That's what I'm gonna do with his little tail. So y'all see him? See him right there? That's what I caught him on. Just a little low beetle spin right there. All right. There's one on there. A little old bass. That's what I'm looking for. Move him over in my little pond. Because what I hadn't said is this is right here at my house. My house is right over there. This pond runs into both of my ponds. That's what it does. So that's how I'm gonna stock my, see? There. This pond right here is loaded with these little bass like this. Let me go down here and get my my net. There's one right there at the, damn, don't get in them stickers. Another little obedient. Just eat up with these little old small bass like that right there. They go perfect to start my pond there. There's one. A little low. I like catching these fish like this on this light tackle like this. It's a lot of fun. Get down out of them stickers. That's a better one right there. It's a lot of fun to catch them. These are just largemouth bass. They're very common here in our area. Nothing special about them or anything. They're a game fish. You see? Now I'm at the mother lode hole. This area right here, this is where the spillway runs out right over there to my right and runs down in there to my pond. And this area right here, they bed right here. They like to bed right here. And so this is where I should get into some brim right here. We'll see. There should be some fish laying down here. And I'm gonna pull out my crappie jig and float it along here in just a second and see what it'll do. But the rain has pushed the water, finally got the water up in this lake here to where it's, what wind's blowing? To where it's running out to over, there went one. It just bumped it there. There's one. They just say bumping it, but they didn't take it. That's where they bed, right down there. It's probably brim there, pulling on it a little bit. I'll slow it down. There's one right there. Another little bitty one. They like this end of this lake down here. Of course, the wind's blowing this way, so any bait fish, this is where they're gonna be, is right here too. Blowed over here in this corner because of the wind. There's one. Little feisty little joker. Come on, buddy. Oh, there's what I'm looking for right there. Y'all look at that, man. Nice. I'm gonna throw him back though. Look at there, look at there. I knew they were here. Ah, shoot, come here, buddy. Look at there. Nice brim, man. That's what we call brim. Some of y'all call them red bellies. There's a whole bunch of other names for them. I'm gonna throw that back in there. Let him swim. Those are good eating right there, man. There we go. They ain't really wanting to hit it, just sure enough, just hammer it. There we go. Look at there. Look at there. The little brim. Y'all see? I'll keep some of these later on. I'm not gonna keep them now. Just gonna throw them back. These make jam up catfish bait, and they also make some dang good eating too, boy. I love to eat them jokers right there. Fry them up in the frying pan. Here we go. Just having to let them take it for just a second before you set back on them. They're in there. They're in there, but they're just not quite really ready yet. Sure enough. Nice one, a little small one. How many of y'all eat the tails on these things, man, when you fry them? I'm holding my hand, I'm trying to hold my hand up, but I love the tails on these jokers when you fry them up there. I'll show you what I'm using. Oh shoot, got the hook in my finger. I'll show you what I'm using. I'm just using a little crappie jig with a slip float on it where the float slips. I've got some new attachments for crappie jigs. I just hadn't tied them on yet, but I also use these Berkeley power baits. I put one of them on the hook, and they work really good, man. I tell you, they're just little white pieces like that right there, and they work really good. They're nice. I just slip it right on the hook, just like that, and when the fish hits it, it gives him something. Gives him a taste, you know what I mean? And they like it, man. There's one. Let's see what it is. Brim or bass? Which it's fighting like a brim. Yes. That's the biggest one yet right there, man. Pull some line out where I get him up here. Show him to y'all. There's one right there. I mean, as soon as it hit the water, that's a little bass there. Put him in my basket. Just let him hit it and take it just a second there. Or set the hook. This is a little bit better one right here, a little bass. So real quick, this is what I got. There's 7 of them in here. 7 of the little small bass. So I'm fixing to take them right over here behind where y'all are at and turn them loose in my smallest pond. There's what I'm gonna do with it. All right, folks, so you got to see Jason with Kuiusouth, so now you're gonna get to see Brian with Kuiusouth. Now there is a little bit of resemblance. They are brothers. Brian is the older brother, and
I'm the bigger brother.
The bigger brother. And look, I'm not kin. There's several of y'all thought that Cody was my nephew. I'm not kin to these rascals at all. We just happen to all grow up together right here in New Hope where we live, and have been friends forever, and just all that stuff. But the love that each of us have for the outdoors, you cannot measure it. There's no way you can measure it. But you saw with Jason the dogs, the hog hunts, the stuff like that. We're sitting in Brian's trophy room right now. And part of Kuiu, there's going to be 3 people involved in Kuiu that's going to be bringing videos to the table. You got Jason, and you got Brian here. He's going to be bringing videos to the table. And then you got Brian's son, Jake. Y'all are going to meet him later on. He's going to be bringing videos too. And of course, all the management stuff that we talked about with Jason. But Brian is going to be bringing, there's going to be a little bit different stuff with him. There's going to be some international stuff. Brian travels extensively all over the United States hunting and internationally.
Yeah, I've been fortunate over the years, been traveling to hunt internationally since about 1995, so 22 years.
Yeah, because you and Brad went the first time, that was Canada, wasn't it? I remember that.
First time we hunted was to Alberta. Didn't have much luck, but that's when I got the feel. Took the family to Africa, went to Africa again last year, been to Spain, Canada lots of times, been to Mexico 5 or 6 times, Alaska, and various other places out west. So you enjoy planning the trips, I think, as much as going on the hunts.
Right. Brian and them own property in Alabama and then, of course, Mississippi too. And so you're going to see a lot of Brian's management stuff that goes on along with his international stuff that takes place also. And Jake, we were just mentioning Jake. Jake's going to be leaving, what, just a few more weeks?
Yeah, he'll leave second week of May. He'll be working in South Africa. He spent last summer working there as an apprentice guide or an apprentice PH. In Africa, they're called a PH, a professional hunter, whereas in North America, everywhere else they call him a guide. But because the guiding industry over there is so regulated, it involves an apprenticeship, an actual academy he'll have to attend and pass the courses. So he'll be a licensed PH, and there's very few of those that are Americans. He'll work this year in South Africa. They're going to spend, I think, 3 weeks in Zambia on safari too. It'll be for some dangerous games. So we look forward to, we'll have video from his trips throughout the summer. So neat stuff.
Jake's going to be doing a bunch of filming over there, in other words, is what's going to be. So there's, and I've already instructed Jake to take as many SD cards and much memory as he can stand to carry over there with him to film. But Brian also works with dogs too. He got some blood trailing dogs, and because a lot of these hunts and everything deal intermixed dogs, you know.
Yeah, I've got, and I actually have a shorty Jack Russell that you'll get to see on some of the videos. I actually went with that breed because of some friends in South Africa. That's what
is that RBI?
Or call him Ribby.
Ribby.
His name's RBI. That's a baseball term.
Right.
We call him Ribby.
There's no other sport but baseball, right?
Well,
baseball and softball,
that's the only
right?
One, baseball and hunting.
Yeah, we don't. That's right. And baseball and hunting, we don't acknowledge football.
Nothing else. That's right. So, you'll see some videos of Ribby. He has done extremely well blood trailing deer with basically no training, just instinctive.
So right now we got turkey season going on, so that's what y'all are going to see. Jason's got some more turkey videos ready to go. He got another kill on film this morning, and another one just watching some gobblers doing some work and everything the other morning. And then you're going to see some of Jason's trucks coming up here too pretty soon. He shot a video of one of his trucks. He's real big into Dodges, old Dodges. You're going to see some sharing back and forth of video work. That's what's going to be so cool, is that we're going to be able to share a lot of this footage back and forth. So we're just trying to get y'all acclimated and introduced to kind of what's going on. I just wanted to spend a few minutes and with Brian here, you know, talking to him so that y'all would know, so I just wouldn't just dump a channel on y'all and say, hey, y'all go watch this, so you kind of know what's going on. But all these animals in here at Brian's got that kind of panned around the room, you know, like you said, it's more than 20 years worth of hunting that it's taken him to collect all these animals. And if there's any questions about any of these animals, direct them at Brian, because I don't know a lot about none of these foreign animals and stuff.
Also have a side company that is a booking agent. And I can introduce that one day through one of our videos, but what I can do is help you plan a trip.
Okay.
And I only represent outfitters that I have personally hunted with.
Right. So if you're interested in
a hunting or in a trial, if you're interested in one of the animals you see in this trip, or interested, have any questions, I can help you. I just like to help quality outfitters and quality people.
That's the only way I'd be able to do it. I've never traveled abroad hunting or anything outside of Mississippi and Alabama to kill anything, and I would have to, that's the only way I'd be able to do it.
And there's a lot of people out there that do that, and I would not recommend anybody go anywhere unless it's somewhere I've been myself, and give you a personal reference. We've made friends with a lot of people around the world that I consider will be lifelong friends through our hunting experience. So we've got that little thing going on too, but it'll be between the wildlife management and the dogs and the turkey hunting and the deer hunting and food plots, and you'll see a mix of things. We're going to try to mix it up. Want it to be variety. We'd like to hear some recommendations. If somebody wants to see something that's related to whitetail deer management.
Oh, yeah. Well, you're going to get that. You ain't got to worry about that. You're going to get that.
We'll do the best we can, and if we can't answer a question, we'll try to find the answer.
Right, because most people that deer hunt, they go in there September, Labor Day weekends, the big weekend, start bush hogging, disking, and then plant green fields right there. The Kuiusouth deer season never ends. Never ends. The actual killing ends January the 31st in Mississippi and February the 10th in Alabama. The killing ends, but the management continues on year-round, 365. And if you want big deer, y'all are going to get to see some more. We're just giving y'all a little glimpse of what's going on. You're going to get to see a lot more and everything, but because the deer stuff's going to be really big for y'all.
We like you said, it's year-round. It's summer food plot prep. It's tree stand prep. It's pre-season scouting, supplemental feeding. I have I do a lot of my scouting this time of the year when I'm shed hunting.
Right.
I find the most deer sign now when there's less cover in the woods. I can see better.
Right,
I
where
find
everything
stand
greens up.
locations and I mark them for next year. So
Shed hunting is really beginning to evolve the last few years. People are doing more and more of that.
And you can learn more. I learned more about deer behavior in February and March than any other time of year before they shift to the summer pattern. So that's for another video, but there's always something.
Hey, appreciate y'all watching. Y'all go to Kuiusouth, Kuiusouth. I'll include a link down below and some of their videos down there, and you can check them out. But stay tuned, you're going to get to see a lot of very in-depth stuff, and you can ask questions and things like that, because some of this stuff is, I'm very into management and stuff, but some of this stuff is even more over my head, you know, but they got it going on. So appreciate you, Brian.
Thank you, Tim.
And
appreciate it.
we'll see y'all later. Later, taters.